legislation is starting to slide in. And what it is out here, as you well know, we're in 110, 115, 120 degree weather 4 months of the year. Well, some people have 52, 5,500 square foot 2-story homes. They get their highest bill of the year is $500 or $600 for their air conditioning, and their thermostat is set at 80. Here's what's happening. Those bills are doubling and tripling, and they started doubling and tripling in March.
Oh, God.
Do you see where I'm going with this? And these people can barely even pay the mortgage that they have right now. And so, do you see what's going on in the background here? In the background is the mortgage company can ask. Now, they don't want to foreclose, supposedly, because they lose money, not with MIPs. And what happened between 1998 and 2007? 3% down. Nobody has 20% down. Everybody's got that MIP. So guess what? The bank's going to cash in on both ends, and that's what they've been doing. They're going to cash in on their insurance plan, and let's sell this house.
Well, Roxy,
so basically, if you can't make your mortgage payments due to, but here's the other fact, and this is the wing dinger right here. Now there's a law that if you don't pay that utility bill, right? And this is another ambiguous legislation. This is our lawmakers, people. Forget, let's say you keep paying that mortgage, but you can't afford that utility bill, so you want to make payments or do something, arrange something. We are now having a law that's stating that we cannot own property without the utilities.
So you can't turn off your utilities and pay a mortgage
without utilities. That is correct. You have to have running water and running electricity, and now it falls into an eminent domain. And for those of you who do not know what eminent domain is, it's where the feds come in and say, well, it's illegal to live on this property. We take it via something called ESCHEAT.
We just take it away.
It's called SG. Well, yes. And the banks get their money on the insurance side. The feds get their money on their, but this is all part of, again, a land grab. And I want the audience to know this. I want the homeowners to know this, that this is all preventable. That's what I want them to know.
Well, everything that's happening is preventable. We need to say no. We can't continue allow these lawless laws and continue to go along with it. That's what I was reading earlier in the Silent Weapons, Quiet Wars, where they say that public consent is still an essential key. And as long as we continue to accept lawless laws, they're going to continue forward with taking everything away from us. It is up to us, and they say that they need our agreeance to what they're doing, and we've got to stop agreeing. And what we know is that they can foreclose on properties here in California if you have not paid your sewer or your water bill. They have that ability to create a lien against your property, and the first trust deed holder or your mortgage holder would pay that lien and then insist that you catch up with your unpaid utility bill, and then potentially have the ability to take your home away. We know we were promised utilities would go up tremendously during the election of Obama. It's not about Obama. This is from the banksters. We are going to have our standard of living tremendously impacted by the cost, extremely high cost of utilities. That is the goal. That is the plan. They are undermining the middle class, and we will suffer mightily. And on top of that, we have been told how we can stop it, and we can't let them have energy dominance. We must refuse the smart meters on our homes at all cost. We must not allow a smart meter to be attached to your home. This is what we can do. This is on everybody's home. We can say no. We put up signs that say do not install a smart meter. We've been building cages around our safe analog meters so that they can still be read by the meter company, but not be so easily removed. This is nationwide. You can check with your utility company to see when they're going to start deploying. That means installing, but they use the correct word. This is a military deployment upon us. check and see if they're deploying the meters on you. And if you find out they are, what you must do immediately is inform your neighbors that this is coming. Go on to the website, refusesmartmeter.com, print off flyers, get signs up, start informing. This is how we stop this, because people are getting so sick with all of these frequencies, with the headaches and the confusion, the short-term memory loss, the inability to focus, the brain fog and sluggishness, and migraines and vision problems. Even if you have the original silver amalgam fillings, this frequency creates a battery effect in your mouth, and the mercury comes up and out as vapor. And again, this impacts your brain. We are under siege right now. And what everyone can and must do is stop these smart meters on your homes and get out there, get active, start letting people understand what the cell phone towers are for. These are not for your benefit. This is a frequency self-attack. And we've got some excellent documents on stopthecrime.net under cell phone towers. We have pictures and artwork that now show cell phone towers in their many, many hidden ways. They're in church steeples, on water towers.
Oh, you don't think those are just beautiful aesthetic trees?
Pole antennas.
Yeah, we take our RF analyzer with us in the car, and we can drive down a road with this on, and we can spot cell phone towers, because our analyzer, which has sound to it as well, starts just making this horrific sound. And that's how we can spot the disguised cell phone towers.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
I've been in the car with her. I can't believe it. They're all over the place.
Yeah, they're everywhere. And I wanted to just go down a countdown of decline in the health of America. And this is another land grab to diminish our health, to kill us off, so that we suddenly fall into inheritance taxes and all of the shenanigans that are going on with how we can pass our properties on to our heirs, etc. But in 91, the EPA classified microwaves and electromagnetic fields as a Class B1 possible carcinogen. But it was squashed by the White House, and the EPA was stripped of all its radiation labs, and its key scientists were disciplined. Now, this is important. This was in 1990. There was the IEEE, Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers, that came in and said their frequency levels were safe, that the United States could adopt those, which they did. The FCC is following those frequency levels. We have some of the highest frequency levels, along with Great Britain and Canada, that are allowed in the world and still considered safe. Then we have in 1996, the Telecommunication Acts suspended the rights to freely discuss health effects from cell phone towers at city and town meetings. And buried deep in that section, number 704 of the Telecommunications Act, a Wisconsin senator inserted a little-known clause that prevents local governments from hearing objections or challenges to cell phone tower placements, and you cannot talk about them as possible health impacts forever. This is a single law. It is allowed for the uncontested deployment of more than 250,000 cell phone towers in the United States, while forever ending the public dialogue and critical scientific debate on the possible health impacts from microwaves. Now, this is one of those laws that the global elitist controllers and banksters said that they would create to advantage their goals. It's lawlessness, and we can't allow it.
But Deborah,
yes,
the IEEE is owned by corporations.
Yes, it is.
Don't you want them to benefit?
Well, you know, they have a desire to kill off their creditors. We're all creditors.
Yep.
They want to kill us off, and they want to steal our land, and they want us to be very sick so that we can pay into Big Pharma. And as we go down the list in 2009, I mean, the U.S. phases out incandescent safe light bulbs, and we're now having a mandatory requirement. Our CFL light bulbs, which have pulsed microwave signals and create substantial levels of dirty electricity.
Your biological damage.
Yeah, diabetes, heart disease.
You know, if you drop one of those, you're supposed to stay out of the room for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes,
Yeah.
it has mercury. I mean, one broken light bulb can pollute 7,000 gallons of water. Now, and then in 2010, the utilities start rolling out, deploying these smart meters on millions of our homes across the nation. And immediately people are reporting that they're getting sick. And then in 2010, Light Squared launched a satellite that delivered 4G wireless signals to 92% of the U.S. And during the initial test period, a laser-like antenna, creatures with high magnetite for navigation, like birds, etc., highly sensitive, felt that
Deborah, we're moving right into a break right now.